Hello my succulent friends, it's me, Sus, and I'm back. It's been a while, hasn't it? I haven't made any videos because the weather has just been bloody miserable. Well, today it's nice and bright. There's still a bit of a chill in the air, but all in all it's been very grey and cold and wet and not inviting at all, so it's been very difficult for me to motivate myself to come out here and play with my plants. On today's video I'm going to do some arrangements of some new succulents that I've got. Some of them are still from a previous unboxing video that have been sitting there. A typical move of mine is just buy them and just open them up, and then they just sit there for a week or two until I'm ready. I've been tempted to do the arrangement, but I wanted to wait until I could do it and record it as a video. So I've just taken a little moment to tidy up my workbench and sort out what I've got that needs planting up. So here we are back at my workstation, and I've gotten as organised as I can. So what do I have? So I've got some tin pails and a couple of pots and an old pot that I took something else out of that. I'm a little bit concerned these are going to rust. I had a couple of barrels that were made out of tin. They lasted me a good couple of years until they started got a lot of rust and fell apart. But really, these only cost me $2.80, so you know, I thought it was a fun way to pot up some stuff on the cheap. Right, okay. So this tray here is my new purchases I've already shown you, and so this tray are some new ones. I didn't do an unboxing because it was a miserable day and I just wanted to get them out, but I did buy it from the same seller on eBay, Succulents. They were auctions again, and I did double up on this one, Little Gems. See, I bought some there as well, and plus I have some already, but I'm so in love with this stuff. I couldn't resist another auction, and so I was able to get that. Put the price on the screen for you because I don't have it handy to tell you. And then this is a double as well because I love these fat chubby leaves, and I just couldn't help myself. She did have some more jet beads that she was auctioning. Funny thing was, there was quite a few people bidding for them. I wondered if some of them might be you, since I've shown them in some other videos. And I was so tempted to put a big bid and snap that one up as well, but I thought, don't be greedy, and I'm just going to overpay and potentially push somebody out. Like, you know, like I said, it could actually have been you as in whoever is watching from Oz, who knows about it. Anyway, so I didn't get it, that's what I'm trying to say. And then Pachyphytum compactum. I've got another Pachyphytum that's like a long form. I forgot the exact name, but I wanted to get this, and then I only bid on one, but she gave me two, and now looking at it, I noticed there are a few loose leaves in the tissue. So either they've fallen out recently, or she wasn't happy with the quality of it, and so she gave me another one. I'm assuming that's what's happened, and if that's the case, that's very nice. I'll put the price on the screen too. And then this one I thought was some sort of CNCO, but it turns out it's not. Don't know much about this at all. I kind of recognize the shape of it, but I've got a feeling there's a lot of these trailing ones that sort of have that kind of form to them. What I liked about this piece is I could probably cut it up into a few different pieces and still get quite a bit of roots on them. So I have those to muck around with. And then I still have a tray of leftover cuttings from my little mini arrangement. Now, I have to correct myself because what I said would happen didn't. I said these Crassula rogii cuttings would get really pink after I cut them, but they didn't. It did happen to me last winter. I think maybe because the weather is not cold enough to bring them out. So I stand corrected. Nevertheless, so I have those bits and pieces, so I might use some of those. And then these pots here I want to potentially work with as well. So this is variegated flapjack. I haven't watered in a while. It's feeling a bit dehydrated, but I'm sure it will bounce back. JC Van Keppel. I've got a few propagation pots of these, and I kept finding mealies in there all summer, but I think I've been on top of it regularly that they never really got a hold of that, so that's good. So I'm thinking I'm over this being, it's too pretty to be in a stupid plastic propagation pot, so I'm going to work that in. And then this pot is some sort of agavoides, and it had a little crest attached to it, and it was here, but it got rot. It got over-rained on. I didn't notice, and crests are like that. Not too worried, but I thought maybe I could find something to share that pot with it. And then this is a little, whoopsie, something weird happened with my phone. Yeah, so anyway, I like that. I think it's a pretty, it's not a full crest. Let me just lift it up. That's crested. That looks like a head. Anyway, it's interesting. It's pretty. And this has been sitting here forever. I have not watered this in weeks. Yeah, I did it again. I got a new phone. I'll tell you more about that later. So I hit the wrong button. And this arrangement is way overgrown, and I want to pull that out. So yeah, and I really, again, no rhyme or reason. I'm just going to let my creativity flow and see where we go. So to save some time off camera, I took all these out of their pots, and I thought I'd show you them. So these are big reds, and they're two of them together. I could separate them, but I kind of like how they're together. I remember when they were little babies, oh, my children, how they grow. Anyway, when they were little pups, it looked really sweet being double-headed. So I'm going to try and keep them together for as long as I can, unless they just get too big to be like that. But speaking of big reds, a few videos ago, you know how I found a variegated big red growing in my garden. Penny Lane, she was so clever, because I didn't note which flower bloom was attached to that particular head, and she had a great idea, which was matching up the stem to where it was cut off. And once I did that, I could see that there was only a certain amount that were the same thickness that could match up. Anyway, so I just thought I'd just update that. But yeah, thanks Penny Lane, that was a good tip. So I have put that flower bloom aside, so I recognise that that's the one that came off the variegated. Hopefully if I can get some pups growing off that, they might be variegated pups. So that was the point. And so that's that crested Douglas Hearth. Just like the form of it and the colour, it's just really sweet. The Keppels, such a lovely clump. I can see there's some babies growing in there, so that is good. This one, it's a Colorado of sorts. I believe they're in the Colorado family. I'll put the name on the screen because I can't pronounce it properly. But anyway, that was just a little pup that I got a while ago. It's not looking awfully great, but it's not terrible. But I think it's because it was just jammed in there. So that one, The big reds and that one, as you saw before, were all in the ceramic pot. This is one I got from Vietnam, and I showed you last time, no hole. So you just got to be a little bit more careful when you've got ones with no holes as far as watering. And this is a lovely Agrim crest, and I like how it's like double-headed, like the big red, but you can see the sunburn on some of those. Do you remember when I moved my cute pots over to the shed? I didn't acclimatise them well enough, and a bright sunny afternoon last summer singed it. Not good. I might pull some of those leaves out. Not much I can do about it. It's still pretty in its own way. And there was a few little pink jelly beans. Oh, and then there's the flapjack. My friend Nick, she was kind enough to give me it. It was very small when I got it. It's taken me a while to really nurture it. Look, I love how it's like a heart shape. Isn't that gorge? Very dehydrated though. Need some water. Alright, well, this is the bit where I always just take a deep breath because I really don't know what I'm going to do. One thing I do know I want to do is this cute little heart-shaped one. Can I fight him? Oh, she was so sweet. Her name's Vicky. I've talked to her now. The seller on eBay, shop Succulents, and I mentioned that, you know, I bought from her, and I told her I made a video, so she was intrigued. She watched it. She found it a little bit strange seeing her own plants on a video, as you would. And then in my next order, okay, that's tough, she put a little fact sheet on it, on its conditions, and some really great information. I might actually insert that right about here. Anyway, I thought that was really kind of her, and she obviously knew that I needed some help and advice on this. She's very knowledgeable, turns out very, very knowledgeable, so no wonder her plants are so nice. So anyway, this recycle pot, another one I got from Vietnam, it's just a tiny little thing. It's got a hole. So I thought I might just put that one in there on its own so I can move it around without affecting any other plants with it, if that makes sense. So it can have its own little house all by itself, because that's how special you are. Alright, I'm going to put the camera on the frame, and let's get crack-a-lack and see what happens. Okay, so I have a few of these pots already, and they're with my big full sun pots, so that's where I'm going to put this pot. So I've got to keep that in mind as I select the plants to go on it. Quickly, for anybody who's new to my channel, what I use is regular cheap potting soil. I mix in propagation sand. I put some slow release cactus and succulent mix. This is just what works for me. You do you, but if you want to know what I do, I put ground cinnamon in there because it's antibacterial. It's supposed to be a pest deterrent, and I also use systemics. I have a whole video that I've done recently on Mealy control, so I'm not going to talk about that. If you need help with that, I'll put a link to that video in the description. So I'm just going to mix that through. Okay, I've got two cameras going today. I have an overhead camera, which is my old phone, and now I have my brand new iPhone as well, so that's very exciting. So you might even notice the camera quality might be better. So again, regulars will know I like to put top dressing on top. I like to fill my pots flush to the the rim or the perimeter, because I don't like succulents to get grow and butt up against the edges. I like them to grow over. Alright, got a lot going on here, so it's hard to capture everything in the video. What I'm thinking is I want to start with the Misty Charms, because I've got some pastel stuff over there where I'm going to put this pot, so I think that would be a good one. Okay, and then I think some Echeverias could work, so I think they would do well in some full sun too. Oh, but I'm also thinking about colour and texture. I'm just going to wing it. As usual, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. Oh, I didn't use anything as a feature rock or something. Do I need one? Maybe. Well, I found over, I keep a few crystals and rocks handy. This is a moss agate. I think it's called cherry blossom, cherry bloom or something, because of the way the inclusions happen in there. Anyway, this is a pretty one. So I bought like about a kilo of them from a wholesaler in China. It's very awkward to pot up as usual, out of practice, and I've got 2 cameras going now to be conscious of. Not even sure how much switching around footage I'm going to do until I'm editing, but I've got the overhead view going. I think that's really helpful on my old phone. Actually, let me redo that. So this has got some offsetting on that side, so I want to put that on the outer perimeter, and you'll notice that the top dressing, as I work things in, tends to mix into the soil, which I think is helpful to make it well draining. So, Misty Charm, how pretty are you? So, some of you will remember I like to cut off any excess size to my tags. Come with succulents. So, Misty Charm, you are very charming indeed. I've never heard of them before. I think they're really sweet. Okay, so although I have a whole bunch of new ones, I think what I want to use next is this crest, because I think the colour complements it. But one thing I try to do with my arrangements is get dimension, and to achieve that I want to put some height in it and in the back of the arrangement. So I want to fit this in there. It's not as high as I thought it'd be. That's okay. Still very pretty. I wonder if now I could just jam this up with a lot of stuff. The rocks do take up quite a bit of space, but I'll put that there anyway. We'll see. Now I like them to complement the colours, but at the same time I've got a lot here, so I want to put the ones that are right for the lighting condition where they're going to go. And I'm very fond of this one. I love the pointy leaves, the hue of that sort of mauvey, dusty pink colour. Mestro is its name. So, very awkward filming and potting. I just want to say that. Maybe, oh, that does look quite sweet there, doesn't it? Okay. probably get a bit of size to it as well, so maybe I'll just pull it a bit forward to give it a bit of space. And then maybe, sorry, you can see all my junk behind us. Apologise for that. It's all my shea cloth and an old bike, and this. I'm sure a lot of us have those sort of spots in our yard, don't we? Where it's just where we keep our junk. Yeah, that could work. That's actually quite pretty. I like that. I'm just sort of scanning around, looking at my options. Sometimes I give myself too many options, and that can get a little overwhelming. So Echeveria Dorina is this one. See, honestly, that could probably be enough for that arrangement. But I don't roll like that, do I? So maybe I could work a bit of this in, and that could fill in there. It's got a bit of height to it. I don't know if I want to do that. Some of this little stuff. What we got in here? Oh, this is kind of cute. Yeah, I like that. So some little crassula tom thumb. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know if that tray was in the way. I've got a lot of stuff here. I'm really a little bit overwhelmed. I think we'll just leave that for now. And let's work on something different. So let's try one of these tin arrangements now. Because I'm so fond of this, I want to start with my jet beads. So anyway, back to the auction. Yes, so she was auctioning another piece, and I saw there was already a few bids, so I thought I'll get in the game and put a bid in, but somebody had put in quite a good bid. It's not for this one, for another one that she had listed, and it made me think of, I think it was Runaway Lady. I think she was saying she was trying to bid on one, so it occurred to me I might actually be bidding against one of my viewers, and I thought, don't be greedy, just let someone else have it. Besides, it would have broken my rule where I would have pushed up the price and paid more for something, which I'm not very fond of doing. No, that's not what I wanted to do. So because that's got the warmer tones, I thought maybe we'll put this one in here. Okay, if there's a split in the edit, that's because I knocked my camera. So what was I saying? Warm tones. Let's see what we can do with some richer colours with this. Which makes me think, I was just going to use all these rocks in all, but this might not be the right colour. What else? So I've got this little gem and the other little gem. The question is, do I want to put all the little gem together and make it nice and dense and full, or put a bit somewhere and a bit somewhere? Well, so I think nice and full could be good, but I think another way to look at it is if I have some growing in a different spot and one does better than the other, I still have some, you know what I mean? And I notice this has a really nice trail starting. It looks like it's actually a flower bloom, which says to me that this is also a winter grower, which is fascinating. So we'll have that hanging over. I don't know, I might need to snip that in the future if it becomes too much of a bloom, because as you know, I put systemic in here, and bees are attracted to blooms. However, I am in winter, and hang on, let me put some more top coating in. Yes, so however, it is winter and these don't come out in winter. Well, I don't see them. So I don't think it's that much of an issue with flowers and systemics in winter. But I'm open to the conversation, you know, if anyone's got some opinions on that, well, let's discuss it. But yeah, so I think that works quite good. I'm just looking at the overhead. The overhead looks great too. Probably don't need to keep its tag because I'm well aware of the name. Mainly I keep tags for of the ones I just don't, I know I'm not going to remember well. Never mind. I'm all about discrete tags. I think tags can really just detract and distract your eyes. And you know, I do a lot of Instagram posts as well, so I don't want to take a pretty picture and have a big fat label sitting there. So I like to tuck them under. Right. I'm also very fond of this stuff. Did I get 2 of these? No. Oh, I have another piece somewhere else, that's right. But I think that's a little, it's too much like that. So, what else? I could put this in there, but it's not at its prettiest. That kind of bothers me. It's not terrible either. So that's one option. This is definitely an option. This is the Darrenbergii Cosmos, which turns out it's probably a Ben Badis. It's just another name for it. But I shall refer to it as a Cosmo, since that's what that's come to me as being called that. Why not? So that's an option. I think this J.C. Van Keppel could look really good there, but I want this close to me, meaning under the pergola where I can keep a better eye on it. So, and I'm sure it'll be fine in some direct sun, you know, because this is going where my full pots are. Whoops. Oh. But yeah, I think that will look good there. So I'm getting distracted by that. Yeah, full sun pots. I don't know if I want the Keppels I just showed you in the full sun, because it's a bit of a fickle one, that one. So yeah, I think this is going to work. I'm going to plan all of this, but what I'm contemplating is, remember I got 2 of these patchy, I'm getting distracted because I've got too many cameras going. I don't know which one to focus on. So for the overhead, I don't really know how I'm going to edit with 2 lots of film, so it's going to be challenging. Anyway, sorry. Compactum, so remember I've got 2 of those. I'm thinking one of them probably would have looked good in that other arrangement. Anyway, maybe we'll put that in there. Okay, so it's not a special, it's not like an outstanding, I'm not trying to do outstanding arrangements. I really just want to get a few in one pot to save space, and I just want to find ones that complement each other nicely, that will grow together well enough. Okay, these rocks are not going to fit in there. I'm going to go find something later because I have lots of little things that I can work with. Being a crystal and rock collector, just want to fill that up a bit more. Wheelie tape gonna go, yep. Anyway, I might just take this moment to say welcome to any new subscriber that may be watching. You have no idea, every subscriber, or maybe you do have an idea. I'm always really grateful every time I get a new subscriber. You know, I just have a humble little channel, but the more people who subscribe, for me, can help get my channel monetized. You know, and it is a bit of a niche market, not everybody, or niche category. You know, not everybody enjoys gardening, let alone specifically to succulents. But what I'm trying to say, I put just as much work into these videos with editing and so forth. So if I can get to be monetized, I would be so happy. It would be such an achievement. So every time I get a subscriber, I am elated. Now, this doesn't look right, does it? So I'm thinking this is a perfect opportunity to use some new chopsticks. So let me go have a look what I've got. Okay, so I have this packet that I haven't even opened yet. So I think this could work really good. Oh, the decision, which one? Well, initially I'm thinking these ones. Sort of a brown black color. And I like to try and cross them because I like that look, and I think it also helps for stability, as she says as she bangs her camera. It's kind of ironic, stability, knocking the camera. Oh yes. Yeah, and so then I'll just sit it where that's in the background. Yeah, I think that works quite good. So all I need is maybe just to find a little ornament for that spot, or maybe I'll put something little. Actually, the birds are on the roof. This one fell out of another arrangement, so I thought I might try and find a new home for it. It keeps falling out. So I think that actually is really good there. Yeah, there we go. I don't need a stone. That's nice. Okay, that one's down. Okie dokie. Alright, we're up to the next one. Okay, so let's do a little bit of an assessment of what we've got. So this one, the more and more I look at this, the more and more I'm in love with it. So I definitely think I want to rework some of that. I've still got some of this, not saying the name, I don't want to embarrass myself. Still got the compactum. I think I'll fit that maybe in the other arrangement. And then I have my own stuff, that crest. Spoke about that. My double big red, I think that's going to happen. And now looking back at this variegated flapjack, I might slip that in that arrangement we just did. So, oh, and then there's this one as well, which would probably really flourish with a bit more space. So, I think I want to do the big reds. You know what, I might just keep this simple and just do this with the big red and maybe something else, because, you know, as by the name suggests, it's big, it grows big. I outgrew the other pot, and it does like to grow through winter. I'm pretty confident from my experiences, so this is a good time to give it its own little space. And then I'm thinking I might share a little bit of this in there to grow with it. What do you think? Oh, this one's so tricky. Now, I just have to cut this. Just have to cut it. Where my scissors go, I don't know. I'm starting to feel like that's a little detracting. I want something as a ground cover though. I just feel like this is just too elongated upwards. I'll find something later. It's a bit plain for my liking. I'm not. I find it hard sometimes to just go with one succulent, but I know it will grow into that pot. Let's just pull this one back. It's kind of squishy around here. Where is that variegated flapjack? I think this colour could really give this a bit of pop. But where, darling, where? Yeah, I'll just put it on the side there. Anything variegated, God, they just take forever to grow, don't they? They're just like, I don't know, you get half the size in a variegated something. So I was going to fit that in there as well, but I think that might be a bit much. It was probably one or the other. Next I want to do Keppel. I think it's a type of Agavoides too. It is such a diva, and the Mealys, oh God, it's a lot of work keeping them away from them, but the systemics definitely help. This, you know, it likes water, but not too much water. You can't leave it out in the rain, because too much, if it just gets a little bit too much water, it gets a little jelly and stuff. So what I'm trying to say is I just want it to be in its own pot so I can move it around if necessary without compromising the other succulents. And so basically I'm just going to upgrade it from a plastic stock pot to something a little bit smarter, a little bit classier. And it's just going to complement it in a subtle way so its own natural beauty can just, you know, flourish. This is one of those moments with one succulent in a pot, because it's just such an interesting succulent. It looks really good in my mind, in my opinion. Okay, that is done. Getting squishy around here. Alright, let's just put this in, shall we? Let me see if I can just get rid of a few of the worst leaves without compromising. No, no, I don't want a big space either. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so because it's got a little bit of height, they remind me of like little two pom-poms. Anyway, so I'll put that in the bag. I think now it's just going to be just putting in what's left over. I might angle that out on the rim like that. Quite fond of doing that with succulents. There we go. So this is the amount of space I've got left. So the little gems. I'm wondering if these could work. Let's just rest that there. Yeah, actually I think that could. I really do. Although it's supposed to probably stand upwards, I think I'm going to lay it down. I really like doing that because that can make something look a lot bushier. It will throw roots under. It's just another way to experiment with your plants growing. This would look more like a tree, shrub sort of thing, you know, but to me this makes a lot more sense. So we'll put that back. Really liked how that looked. Let's just tuck in its little roots. I'm sure it will throw roots underneath down. Man, am I looking forward to getting a manicure. I've held off for quite a while. This has been quite a long time for me not to go get one. And it was partially because of lockdown and partially because I wanted a break. I don't feel right without my nails on, so I'm sure I'm going to go get that done soon. It's one of my little pleasures, you know, other than buying succulents and crystals. Alright, so that one's done, so let's just slide that out of the way. I'm looking forward to showing you all of these together actually, because I'm looking back at them thinking this is coming along. They're coming along really nicely. So let's use you in there, this stuff. Huh. Well, really, what I got left is two, excluding, well, I got these couple of jelly bean cuttings and these cuttings. Yeah, alright, let's just put this in here. And since we lost a couple of leaves on this one, I want to try and hide that. And that will go somewhere there, and then the stone. And then we've got that. Or maybe we could do a little baby one, do another baby arrangement in there. I like that idea a lot. Okay, more top dressing. I was just thinking, it's a shame on YouTube. You can't interact the same as you can like on Facebook. Like you can't post a picture in your in the comments for me to see what you get up to, but I do love seeing your arrangements or your new babies. So if you want to show me them and you're on other socials like Insta or Facebook, I'll have links to my socials in the description in the YouTube video. You've just got to hit the little arrow, if you don't know, near the name, and that will open up the description. Anyway, and there should be some hyperlinks so you can find me there. Let me know that you came over from YouTube, and I can see your stuff, or on my Facebook page. Because it's a page, it's not a group, you can't actually create a new post, but you can definitely comment on some of my posts, and feel free to drop things in the comments even if it's not related to the subject of the post. I don't mind. In actual fact, I would even encourage it. I just don't like the way this is falling there. I want to bunch that up in here. Yeah, that looks better, doesn't it? Such a simple thing. Yeah. I really wanted to put this in a couple of spots, but now the more I look at it, the more I want to just fill that spot up there with it. I can take cuttings from it later, I guess. I'm going to be so cheeky and do that again. Dog's behind me chewing on one of his dog biscuits. You could probably hear his crunchy sounds. Yeah, so there we go. So now I feel like it fits into this arrangement better. It looks denser. It looked cool the way it was before. It just wasn't exactly the right size and shape for this pot. Even that bit there has an air root. Snip you. You see it? And just bring that profile down a bit. Yup. Voila. Okay. We're crack-a-lackin' now. Sometimes it trips me out how everything works out quite nicely, and I think this has too, because we've got all the big ones in, and now I have this space, and I have lots of little leftovers from the mini arrangement. So, boy, it's crowded here. Usually I stop filming, I clean up, and then I keep going, but not today. Today I'm just throwing things around everywhere. That is a little David Cummings, and last time I didn't get these in my mini arrangement, which I was a little bit disappointed about. So now they can go in here. What else we got? Let's get some of this stuff. I could probably have gone around the garden and picked out some other cuttings that may look better, but these are sitting here, so they need a home, and why not? It's like a little crest of something. Well, this is that cedar matcha latte. I'm trying to do it where you can see the tray as well, what I'm grabbing from. I'm not going to go through the names of all these little ones. Yeah, oh, I just love this sweet little stuff. Always just makes my heart sing. I'm going to do this better than I did last time. I don't want to cut its flower off, it's pretty, but I should. Last time I was trying to work in a big string. This may not take at all. Starting strings off from cuttings can be a bit tricky. But we'll just hide it in there, and who knows. Might just do it secretly when we're not looking. It might just decide to root up. Get in there. Arr. We're not doing this again, not like last time. Oh, got a bit of strings as well. Why don't we shove that in there as well? Gotta really doing it like a real hack today. It is good to pop off a few little balls, some pearls, some leaves, if you want it to root up. That tends to help them root up, the strings I'm talking about. Don't know what that is. these cute little cactuses. They always look good in an arrangement. If you get your hands on one, they multiply so easy, and they're just adorable. Some of these are so tiny, nothing might happen. There you go. And if you think, oh, I want to do something with tiny arrangements, best thing to do is do a few leaf propagations, and you'll get some really cute little bubbies. If you don't want to take snips of your established plants. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to tidy this up and then I'll show you them all together. Well, all done, my sucky friends. In my hand I have a few little tumbled crystals. They were in another arrangement, and when I threw out the dirt I found them in there. So little tumbled stones like that, they're so cheap and so easy to get. I like to buy them on eBay. You can buy them, it's like in bulk, like a bunch of them. So I think I'll just sprinkle those in here to jazz that up a bit. And then I found this saucer where I have some spheres, some crystal spheres. Same thing, I buy them, I buy them from China, but I also sometimes find them on eBay. You go into auctions for bulk and try and I filter the search to end in soon, and sometimes there's listings that nobody's bid on, and so they're still at a cheap price. So that's something you might be interested in if you don't know that already. Anyway, so they're amethyst and I don't know, some other stone. I don't know where I was up to. Somebody was at the door. Oh, I remember. Purples in here. Oh, I love the pop of colour. I think it looks really pretty actually, even though I've got a stone in there. Might put a couple in. There we go. I can smell fire. It's winter, so I think the neighbours are burning something for heat, or maybe they're barbecuing. I don't know. God, my hands look so dry. Let's throw one in there as well. Why not? And then these little ones look sweet. I don't think they need a crystal. There's not much space either. I decided to put those Rogii crassulas in here. I can sit there and root up, and then I'll decide if I want to keep them in there. So there you are, all done. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope I was inspirational. Don't forget, chopsticks are so cool. I'm sure you can find some decorative ones online, Amazon, eBay. eBay is my go-to. Alright, thanks for watching again. I really appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. Subscribe really means a lot to me if you do that. Alright, I shall see you next time. Bye for now. I wanted to sincerely thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed to my channel. Also, you can find me as S for Succulents on my Instagram and Facebook page, where I post daily photos with tips and information. So come and hang out with me there. It's a great place to chat and connect. Thank you.